Alright guys, so I've got my version of Saturday Morning Cartoons, and then this is from Exit 12, Brandon and Nick. So I thought I'd do a side-by-side review here. Nice little hiss here on the opening. I'm gonna pour for you. Good looking beer so far, guys. Nice head on it. I'll leave that off to the side here, so we'll get under the light here a little bit and get a side by side on it. Get the label out of the way, the Brew Tubers glass. So, looking like pretty stinking close. I think both the colors right now, based off of just kind of going back through the recipe, we both use cereal in the mash. They used Fruity Pebbles on this, and mine has the Lucky Charms. I think it affected the color a little bit. I think without those, the colors would be a little bit more of that vibrant orange. So let's get the nose here. I like, so far guys, I think yours has got a better nose to it. The hops are right there, right off the bat. They give you a real nice citrus. This is Galaxy and Citra. Both Whirlpool and dry hop. I believe there was no kettle additions. I didn't bring my notes out. I probably should have. I'm getting it on mine, but not as pronounced. So far, this has got a much better nose. I don't know if I'd say it's significantly better, but it's definitely better. It's just a brighter flavor to it. So. Alright, cilantro gents. There's a bitterness to the background of that, but it's very bright with citrus notes. Get maybe a little pithy type of citrus, a little grapefruit there with it. Try mine. Again, I don't know if it's as bright on the citrus. I'd say the bitterness is right there on par with them. See if it gets any move them side by side here. Any real difference? Again, maybe just a touch darker, and maybe a touch more orange. But that's happy picking at that. They're pretty stinking close. I like the beer. It's a real good beer. I wouldn't say this has got lactose in it. This is a Milkshake IPA, NEPA. I don't think it's overly sweet or cloyingly sweet or anything like that. I think there's a nice bitterness there that backs it up. Yeah, I think so far I like yours better, guys. I think it's got just a little bit more brightness to the hops. We're about a month from brew day, I believe. We did this. See if I can remember. This was in between Christmas and New Year's, the week in between there, Monday or Tuesday, something along those lines there. So we're probably right around a month from the actual brew day. I think we went about a week in fermentation. We waited for fermentation to pretty much completely finish. We both dry hopped on the same day, so we made sure we kept everything together. Dry hopped for 24 hours, cold crash for 3 days. Did a closed transfer. Both of us fermented under 10 psi with spunding valves, and then the closed transfer into keg. I did a set it and forget it with mine in terms of carbonation method. I've found doing these so far, not everyone, but a lot of them seem to have that green, I don't know, vegetal probably is the best way of putting it. It's a green vegetal type of flavor to it for about a week or two. And I've read, or actually maybe I've listened to Scott Janish when he did I think it's the new IPA. He had that book out. He hit a bunch of the podcasts. He was talking on basic brewing, and I think it was their podcast, their radio podcast. And he was talking about they find the prime spot for about 14 days is they like that 14 days in that vegetal, that greenness is gone, but it's a really bright citrus character to a lot of those hops. So we're probably about 2 weeks past that point. But that's why I did the set it and forget it in terms of the carbonation method. I think Nick and Brandon, I think they do 30 psi for a couple of days and then they turn it back down. I'm not sure if they go right to serving pressure or if they back it down maybe into the 20s for a day and then go serving pressure. I've done that as well. I've also gone 45 or 50 pounds for 24 hours and then brought it down to serving pressure and then give it a couple of days to condition. It comes up to it. So I really like the beer, guys. I would do this again in a heartbeat. I think it's a really solid NEPA. I don't get the character of the cereal coming out of it. So again, this was with the Fruity Pebbles. This is what they used, and I used the Lucky Charms. And I can't remember. I think they used an entire box with theirs, if I remember correctly. You guys can throw it in the comments if I'm wrong, but I believe that's what they used was the entire box. And I used a pound of the marshmallows. I bought it on Amazon. Actually, Jerry, Brewmaster Jerry, he had, I think he was using it in a sour, and I noticed that he bought them on Amazon. I think it comes in about a 2-pound bag, so I used a pound of it. Not sure what it was going to add, if it was going to add a bunch of sweetness, off flavors, or if it was going to add a bunch of colorings, because obviously those have some artificial colorings. I wasn't sure, but I think coloring wise, when you look at them, I think that's affecting the orange a little bit, just breaking it a little bit darker. It gets that, when you get finished with a cereal that has those types of things in it, it's almost like a bluish green type of color, and I think that's affecting these colors. I think if you take those out, those colors aren't there, those artificial colors, I think you'd get a much brighter orange to this, because both beers have been really good about oxygen. We did pressure fermenting, closed transfer. We didn't let oxygen touch it. The only time that oxygen could have gotten to that is when you're dry hopping. I know for I actually hook up, and again, I'm fermenting in kegs. I hook up CO2 to it and push about 2 or 3 pounds as I pop the top and let the CO2 run while I'm doing it. And I just do it as quick as I can. Pop the top, dump the hops, put it back in. I'll burp it a couple times with the pressure relief, probably 3 or 4, maybe 5 times with a couple, 4, 5, 6 pounds on it. And just make sure that CO2 is running while I'm into it, and just do it as fast as I can. It's the best I can do with what I have. I don't have, obviously, the conicals and stuff like that. If you have the ability to, they make a, Bradley at Portly Gentleman was showing in one of his latest videos, they actually have a tri-clamp fitting. It's probably yay big piece of pipe. Put your hops in it. It's got a pressure relief. You can put a gas fitting on the side of it, and you can purge that, and then it's got a butterfly valve on the side. So I don't have that type of thing, so it's not something I can do. So the best I can do is run CO2 while I'm getting into it. I know Gary, the main brew guy, has shown with a magnet, putting it in ahead of time, putting his hops in a hop bag with a magnet on the outside. I think he's using the Firmzilla or All-Rounder. I'm not sure which one of the two. So, but overall, guys, I think if I was judging and take personal bias and everything out of it, I would take yours over mine. I think I'm picking hairs, but this is a brighter citrus nose. I think get a brighter hop character out of the flavor as well. I think it's there. It's very similar. The bitterness is almost identical. I don't find a very difference in the bitterness there, but I get that citrus, grapefruit, a little bit of the pithy type of fruit, of a citrus type of fruit. So, but overall, really good job, guys. Had a great time brewing with you. I appreciate it. hopefully we can set up a collab here in the future, in the next few months, and try another experiment on something else. So appreciate your time over watching this. Hope you guys are doing well, and cilantro. Bye, guys.